Carol. I just thought about this video because I want to tell you so much. I got to take my glasses off. And it's way too much to type. So I don't know where to start. First of all, check it out. I bought a new light on the internet and it cost me $17. And it's a ring light. And people who do makeup, it's over there. It's too bright to look at right now. People who do stuff like makeup use ring lights. And people who do selfies use ring lights. Anyway, I got a ring light because I like to do my Coffee with Thelma videos using the sunlight. And come on, sometimes it's cloudy. But this way, it's never cloudy. Okay, so my therapy is going really well. And if I had a perfect life, I wouldn't go nowhere. I would have a personal trainer. But, you know, I don't have that kind of money. And I realized that going to physical therapy is like having a personal trainer because the therapist only works with me. I mean, she might tell one other person to do some 10 things or something while I'm on another machine, but it's basically the same as a personal trainer, which means I want to stay in therapy for the rest of my life. And it's just a matter of figuring out how to do that because my insurance pays 100% right now. And as of July, it won't, but you know, I'll figure that out. Also, in a perfect world, I want a standard size French poodle. And I'll figure that out too. Oh, but no, in a perfect world, I have a homemaker. She comes in once a week for 3 hours, and I have her for 8 weeks. The reason is I applied for some kind of grant with the MS Society, and I have never done that before because I'm a snob and I don't have MS. But my social worker encouraged and pushed me. She might have even filled out the application, I don't remember. But I got it, which means they pay for this person to come in. And I got 8 visits at 3 hours each. And I could determine, Alexa, stop. I could determine 1 time a week or 2 times a week or whatever I wanted to do with the 8 visits. So what I did was spread it out so that she comes once a week for 8 weeks, and she comes today. And the lady at the service provider said, "Do you have a preference?" And of course I said no. You know, like, I'll work with anybody. I don't have a preference. Then I called her back and said, you know what? I do have a preference. I'd like to know if my caregiver, my in-home person, can be Black, African American. You asked if I had a preference, and that is my preference. Now, if you cannot do that, I will definitely work with anyone you send. And, you know, but the preference is someone who is Black. And immediately, you know, the girl on the phone sounded like she was taken aback a bit. But I know that there are lots of people who say, yeah, I have a preference. I prefer not to have anybody Black. So when I said this to her, she said, oh, well, all right. I'll see what we can do. And sure enough, the girl that came to me is Black. And I'm so excited about that because the first time she came to me, all I wanted to do was talk. And she said, no, I've got to do some work. I've got to help you. I said, hold on. They told me that I could ask you for any kind of help, you know, whatever I needed. Help in my kitchen, help cleaning up, help cooking. And what I need is somebody to talk to. So, yeah, that's all I want to do today. So she's coming again today, and I think this will be like her 4th or 5th visit. And she cleans the bathrooms for me. There are 3 of them. And anyway, that's one of the good things. The other good thing is this. Check it out. Jimmy Pinnock has been a pain in my butt, encouraging me to fill out all these forms for Social Security. And at every turn, they come back and tell me, no, 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 no. You make too much money for this, too much money, too much money. And I've told Kevin, you know what? If we get a divorce, then I would be approved for everything because it would only be based on my income. And I don't make too much money for any of this shit. And he says, a divorce? I don't want to do that. So I said, okay. And Jimmy keeps pushing me to fill out all these forms anyway, and it requires Kevin to come up with numbers and forms and stuff. And he knows it's futile. But the thing I've learned is you just don't stop. There is always something else. Always something else. So when I get to the end of this rope, I tell my social worker, that's it. And she says, no, there's always something else. So she asked the question directly, what more can we do? My client has been denied all these services based on her income. So what more can we do? And that's when they decide to suggest Act 150. Act 150 applies to me. I have applied for everything and been denied for everything because of my income. And Act 150 gives me stuff. I don't know exactly what. I am about to be approved for it, and my social worker will call me back to say for sure. But here's the deal. I know Act 150 will provide me with in-home care for the rest of my life. That's like amazing. So, okay. It's not really for the rest of my life. It's until I turn 62. But when I turn 62, I'll be able to get other stuff. All right, so from now until I'm 62, Act 150 will provide me with in-home care. And check it out. They are going to give me a list of providers for that in-home care. And one of the providers is the one that Stacy works for, the woman who's coming in today. So that means I am going to choose that as a provider, which means she can be the person that continues to help me. All right, and that's good because, you know, I'm telling her how I like the kitchen and what to do in the living room and, you know, how I like the bathroom. But I am slow to give her a whole lot of instruction because I'm thinking, why would I train this person to be perfect when I only have her for 8 weeks? But now that I might possibly have her forever, I'm down. I can willingly give her more instruction. Like today, I want to do food prep to make my life easier. Okay, so that and the physical therapy is going great, and I have applied for Lanta because of my social worker, and it's perfect. Lanta is the short bus that comes to pick up senior citizens or disabled people. So this little bus comes to my house every day, and they come up into my driveway, and they don't really want to do that, but for me they have to. And I take my walker out the front door, and they help me out the front door, the driver does, and then the driver will assist me making sure I'm safe going up the steps, getting into the bus. Or they will lower the thingy in the back for my wheelchair, or just for me to be more comfortable and not use the steps. But I want to use the steps, so I don't use that stuff in the back of the bus. And, you know, they come pick me up from home, take me to physical therapy, and they come to physical therapy and bring me back home. I found out this morning they'll also take me to a restaurant, and that means they'll take me to get a manicure and a pedicure. So they don't, now that I've applied and, you know, been assessed, they will take me anywhere and come back and get me from anywhere. So, you know, it's not pretty, but it's time for me to get a pedicure, because my feet are just, wow, they need a pedicure. Okay, I can't think of anything else, but there's so much stuff that is going well, but I miss you, and I want to know how you are doing, and I want to know how Jasmine is doing, and Terry, and Maxwell, and Orion. Because you see, when we talk, I get little pieces on all of them. You know, like a little here, a little there. It's not a lot, but it adds up to me knowing how Terry's doing or what Maxwell is up to. Okay, speaking of them, Estizer is at school, and she seems to be happy, and that's always a major concern of mine. But, you know, for what I know, she's happy. So, shit, that's all I got. And, oh, look, I can turn on my fan. That's another good thing. Wow. You can hear it, but that's okay. And, Kyle is still in Chicago, and check it out, he has become the face for Westward Whiskey, and I don't really know what all that means, but he's been camping like white people camp, like sleep on the ground in a sleeping bag in Oregon of all places, because check it out, this black guy, who is a chef in his own right, has put together a group of black guys who meet in Oregon and go camping. And then this chef feeds them, so they don't eat pork and beans. He feeds them chef food while they're camping. And then Kyle serves them cocktails while they're camping. Okay, so wait a minute. Some kind of way, this group of black men is also carried by Westward Whiskey. And they have sponsors from camping stuff. And they don't get to take the camping stuff home, but they use the camping stuff every time they go to Oregon. And it seems that the marketplace for this group of campers is white women about the age of 38 or something like that. And I don't know much more, except I do know that they have 5 camping trips scheduled for this year and 22 camping trips scheduled for next year. And Kyle just spent a week in Oregon camping. He also spent 2 weeks in Texas because the restaurant where he works is helping to set up a new restaurant in Texas, and they were having trouble. So he is in Texas now, staying at some hotel, you know, those hotels that like have apartments in them for business workers. And he is there for 2 weeks to help them set up. So back in Chicago, he's still bartending for this particular restaurant called Etta, E-T-T-A. And I'm not sure what else. Okay, but I want to tell you everything that is good. I can't think of anything else. Kevin is good. I'm good. I can't see. And I hate to put my glasses on when I do these videos. Check it out, because they create such a glare. And you can get glasses that have no glare, but these people are stupid, because when I got these glasses, they said, oh, well, it's got glare protection on the inside of the lens. I just let that stupid shit go, because glare protection on the inside of the lens does me no good. That's not why I want glare protection. Anyway, okay, I love you. I'm going to send you this video, and the beauty of a video is, I find, you don't have to talk. You can just get the news, and you can talk later. You know, you can send me a text or send me an email if you want, when you want, or you can make me a video and tell me everything. Okay. I love you. And I miss you. Okay, goodbye.